Welcome to The Woman's Hustle, Thrills and Spills of Entrepreneurship. This show is going to take you on a journey into the dynamic world of female entrepreneurship. In this show, we're going to celebrate victories, navigate the challenges, and embrace the roller coaster ride of building a business. We're going to dive into the stories of women who have dared to strike out on their own as they share their experiences, insights, and lessons learned. So, whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur or a seasoned business owner, join us as we explore the hustle, the thrills, and yes, the spills of entrepreneurship. Let's get it. Entrepreneurship. It is your girl, Coach K, and I am here with another raw session. Listen, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel as of yet, this is your sign and reminder to do so. If you have not subscribed on your podcast platforms, then make sure you do it over there as well. We are streaming everywhere, Spotify, Apple, everywhere. Just go ahead and Google The Woman's Hustle or subscribe from this episode, okay? But I am loving that I am here in person today with The Woman's Hustle. And if you can see, I am not here by myself. So I'm going to allow my guest the honor of introducing herself. What's going on, baby?
Hey.
How are you?
I'm great.
Hey, I love it. Please let my listeners know who you are, babe.
Yes, so I am CEO of AJ's Dream, and full-time mom, full-time wife, full-time grandma, all that stuff.
Hey, I can't wait to get into that. This is Alicia Rutherford, and this is my girl. We have bonded over the last couple of years, and I'm super excited to have her here on the podcast. I'm super excited to let her tell her story, y'all, because she definitely has one. We were just talking before we started recording about, why I created this podcast, because as women, we go through so much, and we sometimes don't feel like that we have that supportive platform. And I want this to be just that, because we're going to talk about the thrills and we're going to talk about the spills of entrepreneurship. All right. So let's dive into this shit, sis. Okay. So please let us know, what is AJ's Dream?
So I started AJ's Dream in 2020, and it's about my daughter, AJ. I lost her in 2019 to triple negative breast cancer. She was diagnosed 2 years before she passed away, and so it was 20. It went so bad as it was 2016ish to the beginning of January of 2019 to be exact. Thinking about my daughter, her name was Arnasia Jewel. They couldn't say her name at the hospitals. So unfortunately, that's how AJ came along. Wow, they started. It was like,
yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, she was getting fed up. She was like, it's not this, it's
right.
It's like let's go something else. So that's where AJ names. My daughter, I worked so much. She wanted me to be at home wherever I went through the divorce and everything with their dad, and after with that, I was working 2 full-time jobs at one point. I had lost my house and everything. It was bad. I was struggling, but I had 5 kids. She was the oldest of 5. AJ was the oldest of 5. So I did what I had to do to make sure we were okay. And Nasia was just, it was all the time. When I say Nasia,
yes, yeah, right.
She was just, I just want you home. Mom, I just want you home. Yeah. So now that I'm raising her son, Aiden,
yes,
amazing kid, I was like, you know what? I want her dream to be out there. I want to be home more. So that's where the name even came from.
Let's sit there for a second, right? Because when we met, like we live in the same city, obviously, right? But like we knew like of each other, we met personally at the job that we worked at together. And at that time, that's when like the diagnosis like was coming back and everything was going through with that, because like we really bonded during that time frame. And I'm like super grateful for that, because can't even imagine, even going through, but to sit up there and have to watch your child go through these experiences, and she definitely was a fighter though. She definitely was a fighter. Yeah. Now she had Aiden, because Aiden, how old is Aiden now?
He is 11.
Okay. Oh my God.
I know. Yeah, he is 11. But she passed away when he was 4. He was getting ready to turn 5. When she passed away. But So yeah, I couldn't just turn 11.
Yeah.
So yep, he's
I love the statement behind the meaning AJ's dream. Because honestly, as much as we've talked, we never really dug into that. So I think that that's amazing. What a way to like honor her legacy. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell us, what does AJ's dream do? Like, what do you do? Because baby, you cold at what you do. So please explain to them what it is that AJ Dreams offer.
So let me tell you first, I never had a creative anything in mind. 4 daughters, and I'm the son, the baby, but couldn't do hair. It was done.
Yeah.
But it was a mess and everything. So I was like, what can I do? What can I do in my child's honor? Because I struggled. I still struggle every single day. Like, what can I do to keep a hold of her, so Aiden can watch me?
Right.
So I just started off, matter of fact, it was bases. I was gluing and making the bases, which I haven't done anymore. But I do anything from your custom tumblers to your t-shirts to wristlets. I have a laser printer, so I'm engraving.
Oh, y'all, let me tell you something. She made me, when she first like started AJ's Dream, she made me a cup, a Gemini cup, and I still have that cup.
Do you really?
I still have that cup. Like, but even though my cup is cold, I see her growth from her products that she creates from when you did that versus now. You know what I'm saying? And like, you're so meticulous with your crafting.
It's almost bad.
Hey, that's, you kind of got an OCD set.
I did. Oh my!
But I love it though. But you know what? Your things stand out. You know, and I want y'all to pay attention to what she said, because she said she did not have a creative bone at that time. But because we have things that go through in our life, that things that happen, she created that. She never would have thought that that's where she was going, you know? And not to mention the fact, because you still work full time now.
Full time.
But AJ's Dream is full time, y'all.
Absolutely.
She is full time. And as an entrepreneur, even though I'm a full-time entrepreneur, I know the days where she is at work for 12 hours, but she going home, hey,
yeah, and
9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night.
Until I'm going to sleep. Until I'm literally, right now, just because with Gerald being gone, I'll replace the home from 4 7 a.m. And usually by 11 is just when I retire. Every single day. Every day. So yes, I'm it's rough. But you know what? When I see Aiden, and I see Nasia, and that makes everything so worth it. Not only that, I have an amazing set of kids. My kids are great. They're my biggest support.
And it's creative is too, because let's talk about it. For her to go from somebody that was not creative, because her daughter is cold at what she do, she multi-talented. Her other daughter is, multi-talented with regards to that. But listen, you brought that out of them. I just really feel like, because they see the grind that they mama do. You know what I'm saying? And like, I really just feel like, and I think y'all kind of feed off of each other with that.
Oh,
too, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Because we definitely need that support. And I kind of want to get into that a little bit, because with regards to support, like, when AJ was here, versus now that she's gone, how do you feel like your support system is?
It is still great to an extent. And I have to put that out there, because they keep my drive going.
Yeah.
And Landon, my husband, he does too. Matter of fact, I watch him. I'm like, he goes live. He does pictures.
Hey, Landon definitely do.
Turn the light off. I'm asleep. But no, he plays no games. But that right there, it's great. I got a lot of people saying, yes, go, keep on that thing. But when it comes to any support, when it comes to actually wanting to get my product, when I'm like, that's where I like that. But I thrive off the support I get from others. I'm like, you been on me since day one of our conversation as a job and everything. You did not give up on me. You was always like, I'm proud of you. Like, I see you doing it. It never stopped.
Absolutely.
You never said, you know what? Why don't you take a step back and maybe do something else? Never, not once. So I am eternally, forever appreciative for that.
I appreciate that.
You don't think I'm not doing this?
Hey, we keep it rolling real here. Y'all know how I do, but I do. I appreciate that. Because that is what drives me. That's what helps me, is being able to encourage and motivate and empower other women. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember the days where I was always mad all the time, and I tell people all day, like, before 2020, I wasn't even thinking about being an entrepreneur. Who? Right. I was totally okay with my job and doing what I do. But, you know, even though you left before me, you know, they fired me. So
that's where I was going. I was wondering.
Hey, yeah, they fired me. And again, I have no hard feelings, because if they did not fire me, I would not be sitting here right now recording The Woman's Hustle, Thrills and Spills of Entrepreneurship. And that's just how I feel about it. You know, I had to experience that spill in order for me to keep elevating my thrills. Y'all feel me? So I'm never mad about them letting me go. Like, being, you know, going even back to the supportive side, you know, it's no secret. We know that those in our community do not support us as they should. Right. You know, we can have the best product in the land, but baby, they're not going to do it just because. But what I have learned, sis, is a lot of people are insecure with themselves. So because they lack their own security within, they're not going to support nobody else, you know, and it's okay. Right. You know, it's okay. Yes. But I love how you have always stepped out and you have found your audiences, right? From doing like vendor events, from stepping out and having conversations with people, from people at your job. Like, I even see people at your job support you. Hey, you doing bulk orders like that. I love it. Yes. I love it.
And I want to piggyback off what you were saying about with the job, because if they wouldn't have fired me in December, I wouldn't have had a time with my daughter. Yeah, so she left in January. Yep. And I was like, because I'm like, wait, I need my job.
Absolutely. At that time, yeah.
It was, I don't know if you remember or not, of you that y'all saying, go home.
Yeah. You know, I tell you to go home.
Declining. Remember, I took it. I'm like, she's so weak. She just declining. And them firing me was the best thing ever, because I wouldn't have had that time.
You wouldn't have had
I would not have had that time. Yeah. And then to go back, what you're saying about the business with it, and Illinois Eye Center has been amazing. The director even has reached out and helped me. Other managers have me doing group shirts and everything, and giving me that chance. They're saying when people are testing, they have been like right there. Yeah. And you know, it's just, at first I was like, man, I can't do this or that. I don't know so many shirts that I wear them, or tumblers, or my fragrance, and my milks and all that stuff. It's just, it's been great. I'm like, I'm stepping up and get hair out too. And it's like I'm the one that's sleep, trying to sleep, and I'm like this. And then thing is side was real. This thing that is so it's always going. I can't, because I'm like, I have no idea. I pulled out because I started from drink.
Absolutely. And I absolutely love it. And the thing is, we shouldn't slow down. I tell people all the time, like, write it down, you know, put it on paper. Even if it's something that's not executed at that moment, write it down and, you know, go back. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I know, and especially in this entrepreneur journey, we have a sense of wanting to rush things sometimes, but sometimes it just might not be that time to make that happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay to have the thoughts, but I recommend just kind of putting them on paper, having like an exclusive notebook, maybe just exclusively for that, because a lot of times people come to me with so many ideas, and I'm like, okay, I'm not mad at you, because I'm that person. Right. This brain be on fire. See, okay. Exactly. So, but I have so many notebooks that I have had to go back and be like, okay, is this still something that's aligned with me now? Is it not? You know, am I still feeling it? And that's one thing, identifying with that. Right. And that's what I do. So like, so many things, I've got so many things in the works right now that I just had to flow with it. But because it was easy for me to execute once I began that process, that's how I knew it was destined, you know, destined for me to achieve them. So don't feel like, you know, because you have these ideas that you have to immediately execute, because I get it, you know, I get it. But sometimes it's okay to just like let it mellow, let it chill, put it on paper so you don't forget, you know, but then just saying, hey, I'm going to come back to this. Let me go ahead and make sure that I got this over here solidified. Let me go ahead and make sure that this is how this is supposed to be flowing, and I can get easier with this, and then I can move on to the next. Because one thing as entrepreneurs that we do is we will try to spread ourselves thin. And we do that as women anyway. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. We will spread ourselves thin all day. But I have been working with us to try to take us out of that mindset. I don't want us to have to spread ourselves thin. So instead of us trying to focus on 10 things, let's focus on 2 at 100%. So we can execute them flawlessly and they can be done instead of having to go back and reroute and realign and refocus, even though there's nothing wrong with that either. But I had to learn that.
Right.
I just really had to learn to say, hey, I'm going to slow my flow with this, and I'm just going, this is how I'm going to operate it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think that's thing. So how have you been balancing like the ambition, but like also with your well-being? Because you know how I feel about us when it comes to prioritizing us first.
You know what? I have been working on that. Even my boss at work, it's like, tell people no. She's like, you will reach out to somebody no, because I don't know how. I was talking to a friend that another person at work and moved to Florida, and she said, it's okay to be selfish sometimes.
It is so.
And I just started crying there. I'm like, I don't know how.
Yeah.
And that's how sometimes I'm up till midnight, because I'm like, oh, this person wants a shirt. Let me go ahead and surprise them and get it done a few days early or something. So my balance and everything is bad just because I don't stop.
Yeah.
I don't. And when I have my own kids telling me, Mom, when are you gonna rest?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how.
But I appreciate that transparency, because we need to talk about that. We need to talk about, and we need to have those conversations, because we have been systematically programmed to say, hey, if we don't take care of this and they get mad, then now we feel bad because they mad at us. Exactly. Listen, I'm to the stage in life now where if it isn't benefiting me, I'm supportive because that's just in me, right?
Right.
And a lot of times when we say we are self-prioritizing, people feel like we're saying we're not going to help nobody else. And that's not the case, right? So my tip to you just today is, it's okay to put your needs first. It's okay to say no. You can still be a supportive person. But if it's not aligned with you at that moment, it's okay to be like, hey, no. And I don't got to get no explanation, because I have mastered that, okay? No. And then they're looking at me like, they waiting on me to explain it. I'm just looking at them like, is there anything else? I thought you was going to tell me. No, I wasn't. I'm not going to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Because I've already given you the answer, and that's a boundary. But because I value my quality of life, because I want to be here for years, I don't want nobody else stressing me, I had to make those sacrifices. Because that's what it is. It's sacrifice. Sacrificing that people season complex. Because that's what that is. So, but yeah, like I said, and take for as we record today, just something just to think about. 10 no's, 10 yeses, 1 no. It's okay for that 1 no.
Upgraded mindset. Just say it.
Period. You already know. You already know. So when we talk about the journey and the entrepreneur, we know the sentimental value behind AJ's dream. But I definitely want you to share a thrill that has, kept you going when it comes to your products and your service and everything. What's a thrill that you could share with us?
The thrill is my kids' faith. That's seeing them. I love it. When they see me do something or present a new product or anything, or don't see in my grind, that is everything. That's like me sitting at the gas station, let me put in $2, and I look over and I'm like, $25.
Right.
That's $5 something. Because that's the chart that they give me.
Yeah.
That they look up to me. They do. And now I almost feel bad because they're going. Yeah. They're going. Livy's a coach, a referee, and a full-time teacher.
And she is.
Naya is a makeup artist and doing hair,
killing it,
and photography, doing creative photography shoots. Adriana is at her house with a 3, 2, and 1-year-old doing canvas paintings, painting people's clothes and shoes. We know where Gerald's at. His week on. Right. He's at.
Right.
And I'm like, and he's working 130 to 140 hours every 2 weeks to start out on him today.
Yeah.
Their drive is so hard. And I'm like, okay, I see you guys. So I feel bad because I'm like, they see me and their dad.
Yeah.
We work hard. So that's my thrill, and that's I pass right on. I love it.
I love it. Man, they some grinders, y'all. They is some grinders, okay? So with the thrill, absolutely has to come a spill. So share with us a spill that has encountered since you began the entrepreneurial journey.
Community support. That sometimes I get, I'm better now. So I'm like, you're just not my audience.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what I was like, okay.
Yeah.
For anybody loved it, you're like, where's my audience? Like, and later on says, it's like, there's a whole wide world out there.
Yeah.
You know, and it took somebody, a lady up the street, she was like, then they for people at your audience, because I was down. I'm like, man,
Why?
I have these items. I know my stuff is good. Like my smell, my milks.
Yeah.
I use nothing but natural products. Everything. You're not getting headaches on myself.
Right.
So I'm just, where's my why
Yeah.
am I not getting support with it? And that's great supporting him. But I'm like, wow. Now you're complaining because something just fell apart and everything, but you didn't want to give me a chance at all just because I'm me.
Because I'm me.
I'm not one of those other names out there because it's
Hey. It's the reality.
It is.
We can sit, people can, and this is what I need people to understand. People can sit here all day and say, oh, you shouldn't talk about, those that don't support you. You absolutely should. Because you know why? It needs to be talked about. These are conversations that need to be had, because these are conversations that people need to start identifying within themselves. Why am I not supporting? Why am I so hell bent on not being a supportive factor to somebody else? And people say, oh, you can share, you can like, yeah, you can do all of that too. But what about actually making a purchase? I'm to the point now, my audience has never been local. When I started my business, it was online. So I have clients in many different states. But the thing is, I always am going to come back to my community as well. And I'm going to provide and put on for my community my way, though. Because that's the thing right there. Y'all want people to conform to certain ways, baby. I do things my way. And because I walked that journey unapologetically, the blessings have been abundant. And the same with you, sis. Like, same with you. Because I have watched you evolve. I remember the first products you made. My phone stand. Yes, I still have that too. It's on my desk right now. Like, I still have that. Wow. So when I tell you that you are elevating, whether you see it or not, those that are outside of you, we see it, sis. We see it. And to keep going, keep grinding, keep doing what you got to do. And before we get out of here, I want her to share some tips and some words of encouragement with our listeners, just to kind of let them know, because baby, you got a story. And I just want you to tell them some words of encouragement on how what's keeping you going, or there's something that can keep them going, to a tip that you'd like to share, especially as an entrepreneur.
Sure. So one thing I want to say, don't give up. Don't get frustrated. I don't care if it's a few months down the road, another year or something. It takes time. And especially when you don't have $1,000 sitting there to do the marketing and do all that stuff, take yourself one at a time. Like she was just telling me about concentrating on one thing. Do that. Do not give up. Stay focused on the ones that are going to support you. Don't sit and be frustrated, because I was at that point so many times. I was like, I can't do this. This person has the same thing I got, baby, that's the same quality for 99 cents. I can't beat that. I can't compete with that. No, I have to keep on. Look to people that are going to support you. Get your name out there and keep starting for greatness. Because one thing I had to tell myself is, I don't try, I succeed.
Period. I love it. Period.
That same. Yeah, keep that same.
Period. Hey, y'all. This has been, I'm so glad that you came. I'm so proud of you for being here. Like, I'm just super blessed and honored that you came and shared your story with the ladies of the Woman's Hustle and shared it with me, because you definitely have a story. And I tell you all the time, but I'm going to tell you again today, I'm so fucking proud of you. Like, just your evolving, just everything, like even our conversations off camera, I'm so proud of you. Like, and to keep going as you told them, I'm going to tell you. All right. But listen, y'all, ajsdream.com actually has all of her content, everything that she sells, everything that she makes. Hey, she is cold with it, y'all. The link will actually be in the podcast notes. If you want to know more about her, you will actually be able to follow AJ's Dream on Facebook as well. All those links will be in the podcast show notes. All right. So before I get out of here, I'm going to tell y'all one more time, make sure you have subscribed to the channel. If you are interested in being a guest on The Woman's Hustle, the link will also be in the podcast notes. You have to be a woman, either interested in entrepreneurship, on your entrepreneurial journey and stuck, or a
booming entrepreneur that wants to come and share your thrills and your spills, but also some strategies, tips, and insights for the women that are trying to get like you. Okay. I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. Alicia, again, it was an honor, baby. Thank you so much. Holla back, y'all. We'll talk to y'all soon.